When the Jawas in the desert looked into their magic 8 balls, 5.5 was revealed as the New Orleans Saints 2025 over-under, no team with a lower mark.
If all you had was today, what would you give for tomorrow? Give me that for 60 minutes.
Lots of new faces this season. Saints head into the new year under new management. Their new head coach, Kellen Moore, taking over a New Orleans offense that was 24th in scoring and 21st in yards per game, 28th on third down, in large part because they were constantly playing backups.
Rattler shovels it forward. The ball came loose, recovered by Green Bay.
Buy a used car, you run the risk. It's how it works. Derek had to hang it up early, leaves off a 10-game 101 rating year.
Touchdown, New Orleans!
So maybe some more Spencer Rattler or Jake Haener, or maybe rookie Tyler Shuck, who they drafted in the second round.
Tyler Shuck might just walk right into a starting job with the New Orleans Saints. I think he's got a great opportunity to come in and win that position, get on the field, and be their week 1 starter. He's incredibly bright. I mean, he's got 4 degrees. He's been in college for quite some time. Look, durability is something that you discuss, and we'll get to that in a second. But here's the physical traits, the size, the arm strength. He can drive the football big time.
They need Chris Olave on the field for way more than 8 games, 400 yards last year.
Takes the snap, looks to throw, does throw, looking for the end zone. Gotta love it! Touchdown for Chris Olave!
Keep the MASH episode going. Hawkeye and Pierce spent 11 games with speedster Rashid Shaheed, hit big 3 times in the 6 games he got in.
Looking deep, and he's got Rashid Shaheed! Touchdown!
Their Swiss Army knife needs some WD-40. Taysom Hill, 8 games, scored 6 times in that small window.
40, Taysom's gonna go down the sideline, 40, 30, see you later, bye! What a day!
Alvin Kamara, 68 catches, led the team 14 games, over 500 receiving yards.
You ain't gonna catch him, not Alvin Kamara! See you later, bye! Touchdown! Alvin Kamara.
Their tight ends both played 17 games. Juwan Johnson, career high in yards, 548, heads into his year 6.
Wide open and into the end zone, untouched. Juwan Johnson.
Foster Moreau chipped in over 400 yards, scored 5 times.
And that is a touchdown by Foster Moreau.
Saints O-line also got bit by the injury bug, losing center Eric McCoy early, lost both guards to injury during the year. Not many quarterbacks faced a higher pressure rate as a result.
Carr trying to keep the game alive. Pump fakes, hit from behind, ball loose, it's down, it's incomplete. The Rams do it on defense.
So how about another first-round draft pick on a lineman? They added Kelvin Banks Jr.
Well, I thought these tackles would come off the board quick because there's not a lot of them that you can count on to come in and start and play right away. Last year, the Saints got Talisi Fuaga to handle one tackle spot. Now they get the other one taken care of. Think about Kellen Moore just winning the Super Bowl with a team that's all about the line of scrimmage with the Philadelphia Eagles.
Right tackle Trevor Penning's pressure rate allowed last year right at the average mark. Rookie left tackle Talisi Fuaga's better than average. He lived up to his first-round draft status. Saints were tied for 13th in sacks allowed at least.
Now throws to the end zone, and that is going to be caught. The rookie gets his first touchdown.
New Orleans didn't run a ton. Trailing a lot does that. Kamara, though, does come off a career high in rush yards at 950.
And he stands up, taking it into the end zone.
Hey, it's gonna be y'all game. Yeah. So blow open. Swear to God, it's gonna be y'all game.
Saints offense showed it was plenty capable early when all the key parts were in place. They could hope just being healthier will net better results. Defense can't point to injuries to explain its 2024. They just need to play better in 2025.
Intercepted. Anderson's got it. 35-30, 25-20. Touchdown Atlanta. He beat Olave to the end zone.
19th in points per game allowed, 30th in yards per game, 21st on third down. They have to be better at stopping the run. Gave up over 140 rush yards per game. Only one team gave up more yards per carry.
Kareem Hunt following his blockers. He's into the end zone. Touchdown.
Pass rush needs to make quarterbacks feel rushed more often. Didn't blitz a lot, didn't bag a ton of quarterbacks. 21st in pressure rate.
He fires. He completes it. He's going to have a first down and more. Down the left sideline.
Their secondary, at least, does come in off a good season. Held QBs to the 5th lowest rating, the 5th lowest completion percentage.
Will throw it to the end zone, and that's picked off! Picked off by the Saints in the end zone! Unbelievable. Great read Tyrann Mathieu.
They did have to absorb the loss of cornerback Paulson Adebo, who only got in 7 games. He was having another great year when he got hurt. He had picked off 3 passes already.
Prescott over the middle, and it's intercepted. It was high that time. It was picked off by Adebo.
Added cornerback Isaac Yadam to the fold with the 49ers last year. 5 starts out of 17 games, 94 rate allowed, solid-ish.
Lets it go. It is intercepted. He threw it right to him.
Oh yeah, Kool-Aid lived up to his name, broke through in his rookie year, and didn't wreck any structures doing it. Held his targets to a low 90s rate.
Wanted neighbors, but Kool-Aid McKinstry said, oh yeah, and he shut it down.
And then there's Alontae Taylor, their big man on the CB campus, gave up a high rate, most yards in the NFL according to Next Gen Stats, but faced the second most targets, tied for 5th most passes defensed, 4 sacks to boot.
Alontae Taylor brings him down. His 3rd sack. Well, this has been a heck of a day. Domination.
Honey Badger still doesn't give a shh, and apparently he doesn't give a shh about playing in 2024 as he called it quits. Off a good year, too. Sub 60 rate, 3 picks.
It's in the middle of the field, intercepted Tyrann Mathieu. And Mathieu gets his 3rd interception of the year.
I thought you about to catch that. Yes. I thought you went up like, if it was the right hand, I was copying you. But it was the left hand. I ain't jump right. The left hand got to work on that grip. The left hand.
His fellow safety, Will Harris, 13 games, low 80s rate, isn't coming back. In his place, another former Chief, Justin Reed. Rate allowed over 100, played the pass better the year before, 87 tackles, 2 picks in 2024.
Intercepted at the 40-yard line, picked up by Justin Reed.
They have Jordan Howden off the bench, heads into his year 3 after holding his targets to a sub 70 rate.
Young on the move and overthrown again. Jordan Howden hangs on for the interception.
Down in front, Cog, Big Easy Breezy, or Brissy, or whatever. Brian, 7.5 sacks in his 2nd year. He's a beast.
Hurts in trouble, sacked. Brian Brzee ends the drive.
Carl Granderson, 5.5 bags, over 60 tackles.
Stands in the middle of the pocket now. He's got a little trouble from behind. It's going to be Carl Granderson. Ball's loose. Saints got it!
For what it's worth, Granderson in 2023, 8.5 sacks. That was the only season in his 6 years with more than 5.5. Chase Young gave him 5.5 off the bench, was 8th among NFL defensive linemen in pressure rate.
Back to his physical ability. He was the number 2 pick because of that size, speed, and I love that face that he makes.
No one else sealed the deal 5 times for them last year. Former first-rounder Peyton Turner, a couple of sacks off the bench. Cam Jordan, 4, spent time at DT, sort of came back to life after they fired Dennis Allen.
This is beautiful football, defensive play where you don't have to bring 5 guys to get the pressure. Force Jaden Daniels to step up and then runs right into Cameron Jordan for the sack.
Packers happy with their starters. Demario Davis, a pick, 2 sacks, 130-plus tackles. That's 8 straight years with triple-digit tackles.
Now they're starting to turn it on. They got a little life. That's all they needed, right? Just a little juice, and you're going to see them start to really fire off on this Washington offense.
Pete Werner would have gone for 100-plus had he played 17 games, hit 92 in 13 games.
And now it's Algier, stopped at the line of scrimmage by Werner.
Willie Gay Jr., 15 games, 8 starts, 28 tackles, 2 sacks. Kicking it over their baby pop, Blake, who might have some groupies soon. Maybe he does already. Does he have kids? He went 27 of 31 on field goal attempts, 6 for 8 from beyond the arc.
Blake Groupie from 57 yards away, and he nails it. That was long distance, but he hits.
Question with this team starts on offense. What will they get out of whoever it is that mans the quarterback spot? The only addition is the return of Brandon Cooks. Doesn't seem like an upgrade over MVS. Olave and Sheed staying healthy would be like adding new guys, though. Defensive front 7, other than Godshop, no one really knew. Young, Granderson, Brissy, Cam Jordan, Werner, Demario Davis, Sanders, and Shepard all wore black and gold in 2024. Secondary's going to be a lot different, but better. Said goodbye to Harris, Honey Badger, and Adebo. This is a much different group compared to last year. Nabbed safety Jonas Sanker in the 3rd round. Looks like he's got a starting job all of a sudden. The Saints right now are the team other teams are expecting to beat. Their over-under is as low as any team in the league. They do play 3 of the 5.5 win teams, though. In a best-case scenario, they sweep those games, split their division games, and take down New England at home, 7 wins, and if those came with Shuck at quarterback, there would be all kinds of optimism. Of course, if their offense ends up being akin to the Headless Horseman and it's a mess again, this is a team many think could be sitting on the number 1 pick in the 2026 draft. The Aints might be in full effect at 3-14. Teams usually trip into 3 or 4, but still can't find 6 wins in the bag. They are a team that hasn't been trending in the right direction for a few years now, may have to take one more step back before they can start heading in the right direction. Carolina Panthers' 2025 marker has been carved out at 6.5 wins. 5 wins in Dave Canales' first year, but they head into Bryce Young's 3rd year with optimism.
The throw, touchdown, zips it in there to Moore. Let's go, let's go.
No way around it, Carolina has all kinds of room for growth on both sides of the ball. I mean, their defense can't get any worse at least, and their O-face wasn't pleasant last year either. 23rd in points per game, 29th in yards, 26th on 3rd down.
Ball's loose, still loose.
Improvement sits on the shoulders of Bryce Young. His stats aren't Sofia Vergara or Selma Hayek-like or anything, but his rate last year, almost 10 points higher than his rookie year, 15 TDs against 9 INTs. Being benched seemed to spark him. He flashed his number 1 potential much more often in the second half of the year. If he builds off it, he too could start turning some heads.
Pressure coming, Young, back of the end zone, in trouble, gets away, throws downfield, caught! At the 30, Leggett breaks a tackle. Unbelievable.
Pass catchers that will try and elevate his game. They went big and took wide receiver Tet McMillan with the 8th overall pick in the draft.
Well, Dave Canales got this job based off what he did in Tampa Bay with a big receiver like Mike Evans and that explosive offense they had there. So he goes out and gets one as a head coach and gets Tet McMillan, who is very long and rangy. Think about Bryce down there in the red zone. Just throw it up with tremendous touch, which he can do. He can go get it. How about the special one-handed catch?
Adam Thielen, the go-to when he was healthy. Only 10 games, 5 touchdowns over 600 yards.
Back right corner, end zone, Thielen open, reaches up, touchdown Panthers!
And then you get to a trio of guys heading into their second years. Xavier Leggett doesn't fall in love because he does everything like his shirt, extra large. 49 catches, almost 500 yards in his first taste in the show.
Rolling left, throws, end zone, touchdown! Xavier Leggett, the first of his career.
YG would get it, XL. Xavier Leggett's fellow rookie, wide receiver Jalen Coker, 11 games, close to 500 yards.
Bryce throws deep downfield, Coker wide open, he's got the 45, he's got midfield, down the right sideline, nobody to beat! Jalen Coker, 83 yards for the score!
And they have a tight end heading into his year, too. Jatavian Sanders started his career with 340 plus.
Under pressure, now floats one back in the end zone, touchdown!
Running back Chuba Hubbard in catches last year with 43, but a lot of those were mom's knocking on the door and you're frantically dumping it out the window throws. 171 yards isn't much scratch from that many catches.
Screen pass, right side Chuba, gets a block, has the 5, Amtrak's into the end zone for a touchdown.
Panthers happy with their O-line generally. Left tackle Ikem Ekwonu's pressure rate allowed at the league average mark. Right tackle Taylor Moton's pressure rate allowed well under the league average for his position. Their guards rates in the average range. Center Austin Corbett got hurt. They used 3 middlemen. Young didn't face a ton of heat last year. Pressure rate faced middle of the pack. Tied for 11th fewest sacks, and they threw more than they ran.
Andy throwing downfield. Thielen! Touchdown!
27th in rush attempts in 2024, in large part because they trailed a lot. They would love to use their backs more. Hubbard went for 1,100 plus yards, 4.8 per run, scored 10 times, easily their best offensive guy. Hits his year 5 after a career year.
They give to Hubbard over the right side, breaks a tackle, 10-5, high step, touchdown Chuba Hubbard, and the Panthers win in overtime.
Plus, they picked up Rico Dowdle, who went for 1,000 plus yards in Dallas last year.
Dowdle crashes through on the right side. Touchdown, Cowboys.
Plenty of room to grow for that group. Their defense, the Kelly Bundys and Quagmires of the world are like, bro, even we aren't that easy to score on. Nowhere to go but up for Carolina's D.
Kyler Murray with a huge play. A 20-yard touchdown run.
Almost a clean sweep of the Big Four. Pesky red zone defense. Last in points per game allowed, yards per game, third down, 29th in the red zone. Few more 30 seconds to cover. Pass defense, no team gave up a higher rating.
Caught! Touchdown, Chargers!
Pass rush. Many Panthers fans just dropped the P when describing it. 32nd pressure rate.
There's the snap and a play fake to Swift from the pocket. Caleb throwing open. DJ Moore inside the 15 to the 10. Turns it up to the 5. Walking into the end zone.
And finally, rush defense. 32nd in yards per carry allowed and yards per game.
Flips into the end zone! Touchdown, Chargers!
So as you can see, the bar for 2025 is try not to be the worst defense in the league again. So who do you trot out there to try and reverse the curse? Start with Derek Brown, a stud who just needs to play, and they'd improve. Only played in one game last year. He falls into the difference maker category.
Completes to Kamara, but swarmed by the Panther defense.
Shai Tuttle, run-stopping DT type, 15-game starter, over 45 tackles.
And now Shai Tuttle, who comes in with just the Tillman-style punch as he's able to get that ball out right there. Give this Panthers defense a ton of credit.
Fellow defensive tackle Ashawn Robinson comes off a career year, 5.5 sacks, 80 tackles.
Sets his feet and dumps. Back beyond the 40. Ashawn Robinson raced to the quarterback.
Those two won't see as many reps, though. Carolina added Bobby Brown from LA, so don't count them out, I guess. Comes off a career-high 44 tackles, heads into his 5th year.
Bobby Brown does an outstanding job. He's working against Liam Eichenberg and just pushes him right out of the way.
And they picked up Tershawn Wharton from Kansas City, who rolls in off a 6.5 sack campaign.
They're going to grab him and pull him down.
Panthers would like to see more from their guys on the outside, so they signed Patrick Jones, who went for 7 bags last year for Minnesota, a career high as he moves into his 5th year.
Levis goes down. It's Pat Jones.
DJ Wanham, 4.
Patrick Mahomes is sacked out near midfield. DJ Wanham.
And they added Nick Scorton in the 2nd round, hoping he can make a dent.
This is a player the defensive line coaches around the NFL fell in love with in the workout circuit. Very strong and firm at the point of attack. He played at close to 280 pounds this year, and we'll get to that in just a moment. Here he is as a rusher. It's more power than finesse.
Panthers might have 99 problems, but JC ain't one. Horn was healthy finally. In turn, struts in off a Pro Bowl year.
On the run, intercepted! J.C. Horn at the 40-yard line.
I think when Mike Jack lines up in front of receivers, he sings just loud enough. I'm giving you on the count to 3. Just show your stuff or let it be.
Minshew is picked off.
I'm telling you, watch your mouth. I know your game. Know what you're about.
Minshew threw it right at him.
Shamone. Jackson faced the 8th most targets in the NFL, tied for the 2nd most passes defensed, 2 picks.
In the air and intercepted by Jackson.
Shaw is bad for you unless it's Smith Wade. He held it down to a nice low 70 rate in his rookie year.
Float one. That's taken away.
Backing them up, another young DB they're excited about, safety Damani Richardson, low 90s rate in his rookie season.
And it's intercepted. It's a Carolina takeaway.
As a new partner, though, out with Xavier Woods, who leaves a big hole. 119 tackles, a sub-90 rate allowed, 3 INTs.
Throwing on the run, and it's intercepted!
Sliding into his spot, Trayvon Merrick, who actually had a similar year as Woods with Vegas. Over 100 tackles, a couple picks, a low 90s rate allowed.
Ball's deflected and picked off! It's Merrick!
Linebacking core, Shaq Thompson, gone, though he was rarely there the last 2 years anyway. Allowed Trevin Wallace to see more action than expected. 13 games, 8 starts, 60-plus tackles as a rookie.
And he's going to be sacked. Oh, that's a big sack by the that Carolina defense and Tevin Wallace.
Jewell, his partner, 97 tackles, 3.5 sacks in just 12 games.
Josie Jewell was there in a hurry.
And here comes the boom. They also picked up linebacker Christian Roseboom. Ram last year, fat 135 tackles for him.
They're going to end the game with a sack.
So, in review, Rico and Tet McMillan, the new playmakers. Rest of the group is the same. Bryce leaning on Chuba, Thielen, Liggett, Coker, Sanders and Tremble manning the tight end position. They made numerous changes to their front seven on defense, mostly additions. Wharton and Brown all year at the defensive end spots would make things easier for Wanham, Jones, and Scorton coming off the edges. Roseboom, a nice addition at linebacker, leaning on 4 of their 5 DB 2024 starters to play the same role in 2025. Horn, Mike Jack, Wade Smith, and Damani Richardson all know each other well. Merrick taking Wood's spot, the one change, shouldn't notice much of a difference. If Bryce rolls out as an A-level QB in his year 3, he figures it all out. They lean on their Rico Chuba monster. That defense is like top 12-ish. They could win 10 games. They take 4 of 6 inside the division and are good enough to beat teams like Seattle, Miami, Dallas, Arizona, and both New York teams. If Young is no better, he just has random moments rather than a slew of them, then they could lose 4 of their 6 division matchups and not beat all those mid-teams, as you might call them. Another 5-win year is in play. Looking inside the bag, we find more than 5, less than 7 though. Relative to their roster, their schedule doesn't have any easy wins, and they haven't shown themselves to be hunters just yet. Falcons, their 2025 imaginary boundary sits at 7.5 wins. Atlanta's 8-9 record in 2024, disappointing, but it did set up what Dirty Bird lovers hope is their next great QB era.
Penix got to cut it loose, up in the pocket to his left. Mike at the 5, looks, Mike tucks, dives, that's a touchdown.
Time for Michael Penix to rise up and make this Atlanta a better watch than the one with Ern and Alfred. I know that's a lot to ask, but that's what's expected of the second-year QB who took over as starter with 3 games to play, didn't light the stat sheet up during his taste test, but flashed the promise that led to the Falcons drafting him despite dropping all that coin on Kirko Chains.
Throws, end zone, it is caught! Kyle Pitts, touchdown Atlanta!
Penix is taking over in Atlanta, where a wise man said, play is play, and he's surrounded by top-shelf players. Some Drakes had a rough 2024, not London. He comes off his first 1,000-yard campaign, 1,200-plus yards, 9 TDs.
Kirk looks, sails it, Drake there, caught! Touchdown Atlanta!
Mustard on that beat, yo. Penix has Darnell Mooney, who came up 8 yards short of a 1,000-yard year, second 900-plus yard season in his 5 years.
He's going to launch, and Mooney hangs on! Touchdown Atlanta!
Ray McLeod struts in off a career-high 686 receiving yards. First season he got a chance at a starter's role in his 7 years.
Time, looks, wide open man, touchdown Ray McLeod.
Kyle Pitts chipped in 600-plus yards.
Pitts is wide open. Pitts is in for the touchdown.
National tight end, yes. That's got to be the first touchdown all day.
And he has Bijan out of the backfield. Robinson, 400-plus receiving yards each year in the league.
Wants to throw, looks, now going to throw Robinson alone. He'll walk into the end zone.
How does Bijan top what he did on the ground in his sophomore session? 1,456 yards, third most, 4.8 a run, 14 trips to the zone.
Bijan Robinson, touchdown Atlanta.
Even his backup, Tyler Algier, picked up 600-plus yards on 4.7 a carry. No surprise they were 8th in rush attempts.
Here's Algier finding a seam right side. Tyler Algier, touchdown Atlanta.
Atlanta's O-line excelled as both run blockers and pass blockers. Left tackle Jake Matthews, right guard Chris Lindstrom, right tackle Caleb McGarry, left guard Matt Bergeron. They finished first in PFF's rankings, 7th fewest sacks taken.
Here's Kirk, throws,
Mooney caught, touchdown Atlanta. Just continues to terrorize Tampa.
So, Penix seems set up for success. It's not that he's trying to fix a terrible offense, though. Atlanta was 6th in yards per game, but they can be better in the red zone and on third down, which might lead to a few more points. Tied for 13th in points per game sounds fine, but under 23 per contest isn't great.
Cousins will be hit from behind, and down he goes.
Falcons O, hoping for the Pink Floyd or Pantera effect, just need a new lead singer to take off. Their defense, more like the Spin Doctors, 23rd in points per game allowed, 23rd in yards per game, 28th in the red zone. Only one team was worse on third down. So, turn it off quick or find a new app.
That is the 4th touchdown pass of the game by rookie Bo Nix.
There are no good tracks to discuss with this group's last album. Secondary gave up the highest completion rate in the NFL. Only a few teams gave up a higher rating.
Young, deep drop, throws deep down the left side. Sanders open, walks it in for a touchdown.
Young Falcons fans might have enjoyed watching Flash from Zootopia head their pass rush. Adult fans weren't into it. 31st in sacks and pressure rate.
And Mahomes throws, it's complete. It's raced to the end zone for the Kansas City touchdown.
And completing their defensive turd Ferguson sandwich, they gave up 4.5 a run to ball carriers.
Hill running hard into the end zone for his 2nd touchdown today.
So, no shock they fired their defensive coordinator. They do have a top shelf safety to work with. Jesse Bates, elite, 4 picks, 4 forced fumbles, over 100 tackles.
And Jesse Bates, the safety, comes up with the big play.
His partner, Justin Simmons, allowed to walk, held his targets to a sub-90 rate, a couple of picks, too. Replacing him, Xavier Watts added to the fold via a 3rd-round pick.
Love this guy. Yeah, they were not good on defense last year in Atlanta on third down. They couldn't get to the quarterback, and they couldn't get off the field. This guy not only can help you get off the field, CD, he will take the football away.
He'll take football with him off the field.
13 career picks.
Longtime Falcon cornerback A.J. Terrell, low 90s rate isn't bad when you account for who he covers most games.
Going deep. Oh, what do we say? 15. A.J. Terrell with the pick.
Corner Mike Hughes, 94 rating allowed, 66 tackles.
Lock throwing for Neighbors in the corner. One-on-one working with Mike Hughes.
As to that pass rush of theirs, how about hitting it with 2 first-round draft picks, Jalen Walker.
What he is he's a very explosive, versatile piece. In today's NFL, explosiveness is key, and versatility is right behind it. If you can play, you used to be a tweener. Some people would call him a tweener. Other teams will say he's versatile. We can go odd front, even front with him. We can stack him, or we can bring him off the edge.
And James Pierce Jr.
We begged him for years. Just take a pass rusher in the first round. They never did it. Now they decide to double up.
Double down.
How about that? A big-time explosive athlete. Leonard Floyd is the body type. You see the height. You see how kind of that lean, narrow frame. But he ran in the 4.4s, and it shows up. You see him get off the rock.
Matthew Judon had 5.5 sacks, most coming at the end of the year. Not enough, as KDOT would say, so they let him walk. Taking his place, Leonard Floyd, who's been good for 8.5+ bags 5 straight years.
Bosa and Floyd combining.
No more Grady Jarrett, though. 12 QB hits, over 50 tackles last season. Taking his place, Morgan Fox, a 3 to 6 bag guy the last few seasons with the Chargers.
Miss under pressure, trying to climb, and he's going to go down.
Arnold Ivakidi also waited to finally make it home more often. 6 sacks, majority of his trips coming at the tail end of the season.
3rd and 6, crumbling pocket, down he goes. Hit on the play, Ivakidi comes through.
If they can carry that momentum over to 2025, they might have something. Their other interior defensive end, David Onyemata, 3 bags in 2024, 45 tackles, 3 to 6 sack type the last few years.
Protection breaks down. Sack at the 15-yard line. Onyemata comes in to get the sack.
They have hope that Braylon Trice can make a sack impact. 3rd-round pick from last year's draft, missed this year, hurt. Nose tackle Eddie Goldman, the final piece of their starting front 5, a run stopper type, as are all their linebackers, though they need to get better at stopping them closer to the line of scrimmage. Caden Ellis, 150+ tackles, 5 sacks, back-to-back 120+ tackle seasons, 4+ sacks 3 years in a row.
Pressure locks in trouble, the ball's out. Loose on the turf at the 31-yard line. Caden Ellis with the strip sack. and it's going to belong to Atlanta.
And Troy Anderson, only 7 games played, another young guy they think could break out soon if he can stay healthy. Injuries back-to-back years.
Judon, Anderson, they have been wrecking your run game every time you try to run that way.
Falcons need Young Ho Koo to block out 2024. Normally reliable kicker went 25 of 34. Very undude of him.
Young Ho Koo for the tie. It's fading off the upright, no good.
Okay, so this is what it looks like from a dirty bird's eye view. Penix, Bijan, London, Mooney, McLeod, and Pitts, all Falcons last year, so it's on Penix to get the most out of them. And if he stalls, they have a QB they're paying a lot of coin to waiting in the wings. We may finally see the Falcons hurry a quarterback. Floyd, Pierce, and Walker all injected into their front 7. Fox signed to take Grady Jarrett's place. Lost linebacker Nathan Landman, but not off a great year. Have to see if that second level emerges as a strength or not. Backside looks almost the same. The rookie Watts taking over for Simmons, the one change. Give him at least a push. Maybe it turns out to be an upgrade. Bates, Terrell, Hughes, Phillips, Alford, Helms, all returnees. Safety Jordan Fuller, a free agent add. So here's the schedule. Start with the floor scenario. This is what their year looks like if they were to lose to every team expected to be better than them, i.e. teams with higher over-unders, and teams on the road who have the same 7.5 as they do. They would be staring at a 6-11 season. What if Atlanta is really more like a 9.5 team and not a 7.5 type team? Penix plays at a level similar to CJ Stroud or Jaden Daniels. They could win 6 of their 8 home games, 5 of 6 inside the division, and take teams like Minnesota, New England, and Indianapolis out on the road. That's 12 wins as the ceiling. Splitting the difference is standard fare here. 8+ wins seems the more likely outcome. 1 more could be enough for a division title, too. It's NFC South football at its finest. Tampa Bay Buccaneers. The line on their 2025 flagpole sits at 9.5 wins. They went 10-7 in 2024, good enough to take the NFC South crown.
Hey, we haven't had one of these in a long time. Yeah. So everybody say yeah!
Year 1 of Baker captaining the Pirates ship netted a 9-win bounty. The sequel, 10. They want to get close to finding the treasure this season. In part 3, they need to avoid taking so many cannonballs to the bow, need better defensive play. Their offense, just keep on doing what you were doing. They sank plenty of battleships.
That's a hell of a job, man, holding up there in the end. Offense scratching and claws, a good team win. Keep building this thing. Bucks on 3, 1, 2, 3, 1!
I regret nothing ever, Captain Jack Sparrow. Mayfield's that guy, man. Has the headband, that I don't give a football bravado, and comes off his best season yet. 41 TDs, second most. 4th best rate, 3rd most yards.
It's a caught ball. Touchdown Tampa Bay. Trey Palmer.
His first mate, old automatic Mike Evans, 11 TDs a year ago, 1,000 yards for the 11th straight year. Did it in 14 games, too. Doesn't understand how to end a year without a K.
He's got Evans. Touchdown Tampa Bay.
Chris Godwin was headed for another 1,000+ yard year when he got hurt. Over 500 yards, 5 TDs in just 7 games.
Football out across the 50 to the 45 is Godwin. He breaks another tackle. Godwin down the sideline outside the numbers to the 10. 5, 3, 2, 1. Touchdown Tampa Bay.
Hey, I play with you, dog. You hit him.
Godwin's absence opened the door for Jalen McMillan to blossom. Where does he go from his rookie year? 8 touchdowns in 13 games, over 450 yards.
Flushed out of the pocket, dances outside, throws the ball upfield, open, caught, touchdown Tampa Bay. Jalen McMillan, 5th game in a row, he's come up with a touchdown.
Sterling Shepard chipped in 300+ yards as the afterthought. Then throw in Igbuka, who Tampa drafted in the 1st round.
Big time tracking, big time hands. He is ultra instinctive and tough. You see him here with the ball in his hands. He can make you miss.
Bucks passing attack just has so many quality options. At tight end, Cade Otton heads into his year 4, went for 391 year 1, then 455, then 600 last year.
Mayfield to the end zone. It is caught by Cade Otton. And both tight ends have scored on this National Tight Ends Day.
Tampa's offense relies on its backs more than others. Rachaad White, 51 catches, has 50-plus catches all 3 years in the league.
Caught ball by Rachaad White. Inside the 10, 5, 3, 2, 1. He's in for a touchdown. Touchdown, Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Mayfield has an excellent line. He took 40 sacks, which is middle of the pack, but that's partially on Baker, who likes to extend plays. Only one of their linemen gave up a higher than average pressure rate for their positions.
High snap of the gun, dropping to throw. Mayfield throws a pass. Caught ball at the 10 to the 5.
It was rookie center Graham Barton. It wasn't terrible, though. Right tackle Luke Gedicke, left guard Ben Bredesen, right guard Cody Mock, all at or lower than average, and left tackle Tristan Wirfs was a wall. Maybe the best in the game.
In the end zone, caught ball. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Mike Evans.
Their line, part of an offense, 10th in passing attempts, 10th in rushing attempts. White, over 600 rush yards, so he put in over 1,000 scrimmage yards for the year again.
Rachaad White, running back, takes the handoff, running to his left, follows a blocker. Inside the 40, outside the number, stiff arm, to the 30, to the 25, to the 20.
Baker is sneaky with his legs, close to 400 rushing yards.
He's going to run it, cuts left to the 5.
Baker Mayfield put on a cape and flew into the end zone.
And the star of their ground attack, Bucky the Ducky. What does Irving do for an encore after going for over 1,100 yards, 8 touchdowns, 5.4 per run?
Can you hang that bitch off?
Get your ass in the end zone. I don't think you ain't get in.
Man, I got in, man. I reached the ball because I know it. Come on.
That group's task, hold your ground, and hope the changes they made to their defense help them make up some ground.
Vita Vea, welcome back, number 50. He squashes Jalen Hurts. He's sacked again for the 5th time.
Last year's Tampa D, very mid in the big picture, 16th, 18th, 14th, and 14th in the Big Four, points per game, yards per game, third down in the red zone, and they were 25th in rating allowed at 96. Only 3 teams got hit with more passing yards per game.
Lamar Jackson will throw complete. Mark Andrews, touchdown Ravens.
They like their secondary, they just need to avoid the blue tent this year. Antoine Winfield, 9 games. He's one of the best safeties going, too.
DeVito is nearly picked off. Antoine Winfield Jr. almost got both hands on that one.
Safety Tyke Smith, 13 games. Looking to build on a nice rookie campaign, though. Couple of picks, over 50 tackles in his year 1.
So Connell's pass is intercepted. Tyke Smith.
Cornerback Jamel Dean, 12 games played well when healthy, sub-90 rate.
Ball's up in the air, it is picked off. And it's Jamel Dean, 35 on the interception.
Cornerback Christian Izien, 14 games, enters his 3rd year off a sub-90 rate season, healthy 75 tackles.
Pocket collapsing, throws over the middle, and it's picked off. He threw it right into the hands of Christian Izien.
They had one key DB play all 17 games, Zion. Also, the only Zion to play all his games, too. Their CB1 tied for 3rd most passes defensed, sub-90 rate, while facing the 3rd most targets in the NFL. 2 picks, 82 tackles.
Zion McCollum delivers with his first pick of the season on play number 1 today.
Couple of rooks added to the DB room. Benjamin Morrison, a 2nd rounder.
Ben Morrison, if he had been healthy, would have been long gone by now. He's a 1st-round talent on tape. The plant, the drive, everything he does is very efficient. CD, you were talking about him earlier today, talking about how smooth he is.
Yep.
He can really find and locate the ball, make plays down the field.
As well as Jacob Parrish, who they got in the 3rd.
He's compact, he's muscled up, and he is fast. You'll see him with some toughness as well on display. CD, he takes on guards. He's got a little dog in him, and I think that's something the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, we've talked about the physicality on offense. We know they love that on defense as well.
The front is supposed to assist them in stopping quarterbacks. Top 10 in sacks and pressure. Man in the back says everyone attack a lot with this team, and it turns into a ballroom blitz.
A half dozen sacks by the defense, a forced fumble, and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers defeat the Philadelphia Eagles.
Bucks with the 2nd highest blitz rate. Suppose it's not the man in the back in this case either, but over on the side. Strength of their pass rush, unique in this case. They're big boys right in the middle. Their bag leader last year, D lineman Kalijah Cansey, who's heading into his 3rd year, 4 sacks as a rookie, 7.5 as a soft.
Boy, Cansey, he missed some time, but since he's come back, he's been impressive. I really like what I've seen from him.
Stacked next to Tavita Tuli Aki Ono, Tui Pelotu, Mosasisi Va Hahe, Fihohoko, Faliatu Vea, who comes off a Pro Bowl year after going for a career-high 7 sacks, has been good for 5 to 7 the last 3 years.
Pressure on Mahomes, and he is wrapped up eventually.
That's Vita if you're into the whole brevity thing. D lineman Logan Hall also comes in off a career high in QB takedowns with 5.5. This will be year 4 for him. Previous high was 2.5.
Look out. Big sack. Logan Hall.
They'd like to get a few more sacks from their edge guys, so they added Hassan Reddick, 10 games with the Jets in 2024, 1 sack, double-digit bags each of the 4 years prior to that debacle.
That's the front, led by Hassan Reddick.
Third-year guy Yaya Diaby had 4.5.
Rattler is taken down. Yaya Diaby gets home.
He went for 7.5 as a rookie. Anthony Nelson had 4 with a respectable 13 QB hits. 4 to 5 sack guy the last 4 years.
Pressure's coming, he's sacked again. Anthony Nelson, and a loss of 6 on the play.
Linebacker Levante David blitzed his way to 5.5. Dude rolls in off another 120-plus tackle season, 3 forced fumbles, 1 pick. He was everywhere.
Coming through, Hurts gets away now. Ball is stripped, loose, Bucs recover. Levante David came on the blitz and forced the fumble.
He helped the Bucs finish top 10 in yards per carry and yards per game allowed on the ground, too.
It is Barkley running left side. Levante David says,
KJ Britt, David's linebacking partner last year, on the departed list after a 70-plus tackle year. Busta would give him the Henry, then give him the Chrissy, pass him the Remy, and then pass him the Servassier. They liked what they were seeing from Dennis last year when he got hurt.
Pressure from Levante David. Daniels turns away from him, but right on the doorstep, Servassier Dennis, Yaya Diaby.
Mr. Rhymes would approve, I'm sure. And they have Anthony Walker, who comes over from Miami off a 14-game, 68-tackle season.
Right now, this is a fumble.
Kicking duties, McLaughlin. Sarah makes you feel bad for dogs. Chase makes Bucs fans happy when he kicks like he did last year. 54 of 56 on extra points, 30 of 32 on field goal attempts. His only 2 misses from 50-plus, where he went 8 for 10 from. In the feet of an angel.
The spot a little low. The kick is airborne. It is airborne. It's airborne. It is good! Bucs win! Bucs win!
So the Buccaneers add Egbuka to their playmakers room. Lost OC Liam Cohen, though. Josh Grizzard takes his place. He was the passing game coordinator last year, so he's well acquainted with how Baker, Evans, Godwin, McMillian work. Not too many changes to their defense either when you step back for the broad view. Reddick upgrades their pass rush. Walker or Dennis will take Britt's snaps. Hall, Vea, Cansey, Diaby, and David known commodities, as are most of the guys in their secondary. Winfield, Izzian, McCollum, Dean, Smith, their expected starters, all played together last year. Morrison and Parrish, the rooks trying to work their way into playing time. Their own division isn't expected to be the strongest. Their schedule is tough, though. That's what happens when you finish first. But let's say they win 5 of the 6 NFC South games and take care of the rest of their business at home, say Philadelphia, say. Even with that, their road slate is as tough as it gets. Houston, Detroit, Buffalo, and the Rams all away from the ship, so setting the ceiling at 11 wins. If they themselves aren't as strong as they were in 2024 for any reason, it would likely be tied to Baker regressing for some reason, but he does have a roller coaster resume, and the schedule is just too much, they could stumble to 7 wins. I don't think that happens, but I think they are in for some battles that will make it hard to hit 10 wins. I feel like a 9-8 year is on the horizon, which would still win the division and get them back in the playoffs.